just about to start my workout for today. Today's workout is going to take me 1 hour. Well, it's 1 hour of working out. It'll take me a little longer than an hour because it's going to take me a few seconds to move from exercise to exercise. But essentially, this is really more like 3 20-minute workouts. So if you're looking for a 20-minute workout, I did include this workout on my playlist of 20-minute workouts. So you can just do 20 minutes if you want, that's fine. We'll do it for the claim and I'll explain how. So I'm going to be doing a total of 15 different exercises. So really you can mix and match and do the exercises any way you want. Just choose 5 exercises. We're doing each exercise for 4 minutes. This is a Tabata style workout. So I have my timer set for 10-second rest intervals and 20-second work intervals and 8 rounds. So that's 4 minutes. So we're going to be doing each exercise for 4 minutes before we move on to the next exercise. There are a total of 15 exercises. So for me today, that's going to be a total of 1 hour. But the way I have it broken up is the first 5 exercises are going to be kind of focusing on our obliques. I have a set of 5-pound dumbbells that I'm going to be using for those first 5 exercises. This is my light set of dumbbells. So if you have a set of dumbbells that you want to use, that's great. Just make sure that they feel light to you. For me, 5 pounds a piece is great. You may need something lighter or heavier. That depends on your strength and on your level of fitness. Also depends on what you have available to you, so please make the decision that is best for you. My dumbbells are shaped like hexagons, meaning they're flat on the bottom, and sometimes I caution you that if your dumbbells are rounded here, they're not going to be safe, but rounded dumbbells are fine for today's workout because I will never be putting the weights down on the ground and putting my weight on them. So if you have rounded dumbbells, that's fine, and if you don't have dumbbells, first of all, you can do each one of these exercises, the first 5 exercises I'm going to do right now. You can do each one of them without any added weight, just the same thing I'm doing, but without holding on to any weight. So that's one option if you need a body weight version. If you do want to add weight to the exercises, but you don't have dumbbells, grab a couple of water bottles or cans of soup. Look for household items that will work. Water bottles or cans of soup will work great for these first 5 exercises. Then the second set of 5 exercises is basically going to be a little slap workout. SLAP stands for squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups. And then I'll be doing a jump rope section on the end as well. Those second 5 exercises, in my mind, that would comprise the second of these 3 20-minute workouts. So for that little 20-minute section, if you want to just do a body weight workout, again, you can do the first 5 exercises just without holding on to weights, or you can do the second 5 exercises. 5 exercises, 4 minutes on each exercise, so that would be your 20-minute workout right there. And then the final 5 exercises, I will again be using my lighter set of weights, 5 pounds a piece, and we're gonna be focusing on arms and shoulders for that one. So again, if you have water bottles or cans of soup, that will work. If you don't feel comfortable adding weight to your workouts, then I would recommend just doing either the first 5 exercises or the second 5 exercises, or maybe the first 10 exercises. But if you're not lifting any weight, it's not going to make a lot of sense to do the final 5 exercises because that's kind of all we're doing is lifting weights for the most part. So anyway, you can mix and match the exercises any way you want, but in my mind, the first 5 minutes is kind of one little section which could be treated like its own 20-minute workout where we're working on obliques. Exercises 6 through 10 could be treated like another little workout where we're doing squats, lunges, abs, push-ups, and jump rope. And then exercises 11 through 15 would be the third 20-minute workout. We will be focusing on arms and shoulders. Hopefully that makes sense. You're gonna watch me do it right now. So I think it'll make sense. Read the description box, watch me do it. And then of course, if anything is still unclear, if you have questions about the exercises, if you need to see beginner modifications, or if you have questions about the format, how it all fits together, or how you're supposed to be mixing and matching, or making this into a 20-minute workout, just ask. I'm always here to help by answering questions, so please don't hesitate to reach out if anything is unclear or if you need help with modifications or substitutions. I will briefly demonstrate each exercise before we start, but I'm going to keep the explanation and the demonstrations brief because I want this to feel like 1 hour long workout for me as opposed to 15 tiny little 4-minute workouts. Okay, so very quickly, let me show you the first exercise that we're doing. It's basically like our punch, punch, crunch exercise, but I'm just going to be doing half of that at a time. So I'm going to hold both weights and I'm going to start with my feet a little bit wider apart. Keep the knees soft. I'm gonna punch across my body. So with one weight, I'm going to punch straight across my body like this. Then I'm going to return to my starting position. And with the other weight, I'm going to twist my body. Remember I said these first 5 exercises we're focusing on obliques. So I'm gonna twist my body and I'm going to bring this elbow to meet the knee on the opposite side. So lift the knee and do an oblique crunch like that. We will stay on one side for the entire work interval. Remember, we're doing 20-second work intervals. So 10 seconds rest, and then 20 seconds of work, same side. So punch, crunch, same side, punch, crunch. Stay on this side, punch, crunch. Then 10 seconds rest. With the very next work interval, we will switch sides. So with your second work interval, you'll punch across your body this way, return to the starting position, and do your oblique crunch, okay? Punch, crunch, punch, crunch. Okay, so we'll be switching sides with each work interval. So that means we will be doing a total of 4 intervals on each side, alternating sides, okay? Timer is set for 10 seconds rest, 20 seconds work, and 8 rounds. So if you're ready to do this workout with me, go ahead and grab a light set of weights, whether that's a set of light dumbbells or a couple of water bottles or a can of soup, or 2 cans of soup, I guess you would need 2 of them. Grab your jump rope if you have one. If you don't have a jump rope, it's fine. We're just jumping rope for one little 4-minute segment. And if you don't have a jump rope, you can substitute with any other type of cardio exercise. So if you don't have a jump rope, don't worry. But if you do have one, go ahead and grab it. Definitely make sure you have an exercise mat or yoga mat or a towel, something that you can lie down on comfortably. Please take a minute to make sure that you're warmed up. And when you're ready, let's get started. All right, I'm starting my watch and I'm starting my timer. Remember that we always start with our 10-second rest interval so that we don't lose any time off of the work interval. Here we go, we're gonna punch and crunch. Punch across the body and oblique crunch. Rest, and now for the next work interval, we will do the same exercise to the other side. So punching to the other side and oblique crunch. Stay on that side for the entire work interval now. Switching sides. Punch and crunch, punch and crunch. Rest for 10, and now other side for 20. Here we go. So we completed 2 rounds on each side. for a total of 4 rounds. That means we're halfway through with this exercise. We have another 4 intervals to go. So twice more on each side. Other side. Crunch and crunch and crunch and crunch. Just twice more. 1 more on each side. Almost done with this exercise. Okay, last time. All right, that's our first 4 minutes. So we're done with that exercise. We're only doing each exercise once. So you see you can do that exact same exercise without holding on to any added weights. The same is true for exercise number 2. I'm gonna come down on my mat, kneeling. And I'm just gonna twist, tapping the dumbbell to my heel. You can tap it to the heel that's closer to you, or you can twist a little farther and tap it to the heel on the far side. That's up to you. Just depends on your range of motion. So twist and tap, twist and tap. Okay? If you don't have weights, you can do the exact same exercise without holding on to any weight. Getting right into it. So this is our 10-second rest interval. Here we go, twist and tap, twist and tap. It's okay to have just a little slight bend in those elbows. That's recommended, but you don't want to lock them out necessarily, but more or less you want to have your arms straight. So we're just doing this 8 times, okay? Feeling my obliques for sure, but also feeling my arms because we're adding weight. So these light weights start out feeling really light, and after we're already 5 minutes in, or is it 5.5 minutes, something like that. So after 5 minutes or so, the weights definitely do start to feel a little heavier. So if you started holding on to weight, but you're getting too tired, your arms are getting too fatigued, and it's getting too difficult for you, you can always drop the weight and just continue with the body weight version of the exercise. That is totally fine. Totally lost track of where we are. I think that was 5 or maybe 6. So we have just 2 or 3 intervals left, I think. So hang in there, keep fighting for it. We're almost done with this exercise. That's the thing about this format, is that each exercise is a little bit of a burnout. Sometimes we switch sides with each interval, which makes it a little bit less taxing, but more so with an exercise like this, where you're doing the exact same thing every interval, and you don't get a break by switching sides. It's kind of a burnout, but it's only 4 minutes at a time. And the work intervals are only 20 seconds at a time. And then once you're finished with that exercise, you're done with it for the rest of the day. So just have to kind of push through 4 minutes at a time. And even though I want to keep the time in between exercises as short as I can, we're still only going for 4 minutes at a time. So, okay, I believe this should be our last work interval. I can't really see my timer, but I think this is the last one. So keep pushing. We only have, well, now less than 20 seconds to go. So just keep pushing. Drop the weights if you need to. All right, nice. So next we're going to do something a little similar. I'm going to come down on my mat, on my back, bend the knees, and have your feet flat on the floor or the ground, or on your mat. And I'm going to show you first without the weights. All I'm gonna do, I have my hands to the side, I'm gonna twist and tap the heel on this side, on the outside of the heel. Twist and tap the heel on this side, okay? Feeling those obliques, so that's your body weight version. I'm going to be doing that, holding on to weights for 4 minutes. So, timer is going. We're starting with our 10-second rest interval, so I have time to come down here and get ready. And I don't lose any time off of my work interval. Now here we go. Take a few deep breaths. Here we go. I think this is our 4th interval, if I'm not mistaken. Which means we're halfway done. I know this is so much harder than it looks. It looks like nothing, but doing it for 4 minutes is taxing. So do your best. I'm pretty sure that we're more than halfway done now. It's just 20 seconds at a time. So take that rest break and just take a few deep breaths. Okay, I think we just have 3 intervals left, so let's keep pushing. Drop the weights if you need to. So Tabata means specifically, a lot of people just kind of use it to be like interchangeable with interval training, and it's not. What it means specifically is what we're doing. 10 seconds rest, 20 seconds of work, 8 rounds. I believe this is our last segment. I mean, our last interval. All right. So 10 seconds rest, 20 seconds work, times 8 rounds. That's Tabata. If you are new to interval training, if you're a beginner, if 8 minutes or if 4 minutes is too much for you, or 20-second work intervals are too long for you, especially the way we're doing it, where it's kind of a burnout on one exercise at a time. Oh, I think, do I need that again? Yeah, I do. Don't move your mat like I did. We need it. If that's too much for you, then you can play with the intervals. All right, next is Russian twists. So coming down on your mat. If you're a beginner and you need to have your heels on the mat, keep your heels on the mat and do your Russian twists this way. If you're able to lift the heels off the mat, this is what I'm going to be doing. Twist and tap, twist and tap. Work to your own level, so if your range of motion does not allow you to come all the way down and tap the ground or the floor next to you, just come as far as you can, okay? If you want to add one weight, you can add one weight. I will be adding both of my 5-pound dumbbells. So I'm going to be doing this with 10 pounds of weight. You make the decision that is best for you. Let's go ahead and start the timer. So starting with our 10-second rest interval. Okay, that's all there is to it. Remember, you can keep your heels on the mat if you need to. Remember that you can start with your heels off the mat, and if it gets too taxing, you can put them down. Remember that you can start with holding 2 weights, and if 2 weights becomes too heavy, you can put one of them down and hold on to 1 weight, whether that's a dumbbell or a water bottle or some other household item like a can of soup. If that 1 weight becomes too heavy, you can put it down and do the body weight version of the exercise that I just demonstrated. Okay, so just work to your own level. If you're strong enough, just start with a more challenging variation. But you can't do 4 minutes that way. Then do as long as you can with the heavier weights or whatever more challenging version of the exercise you've chosen. And then as it becomes too taxing, you can make it easier on yourself. And again, if you're new to interval training, or if you're a beginner, instead of 10 seconds rest and 20 seconds of work, even though it won't be strictly a Tabata workout, you need to do what works for you. So you can try 15 seconds rest and 15 seconds of work. That might be more manageable if you're a beginner. So that's another option. Like I tell you all the time, I'm just sharing my workout with you. This is my workout today. I'm sharing it because I enjoy writing the workouts. I think they're good. And so I like sharing them. And it makes me happy when people do them with me. So you are, of course, invited to do what I'm doing. But you should always, always feel free to make whatever changes or modifications you need to make in order to make it work for you, to suit your current level of fitness, to conform to whatever time constraints you have today, to make use of whatever equipment you have. So, yeah, whatever changes you need to make, you should make. Your workout is your workout. And I'm always curious to know what kind of changes people are making, so feel free to share that with me. Let me know if you did this whole hour with me. Let me know if you just did 20 minutes or 40 minutes. Let me know if you kept the sections the way I intended them, or if you mixed and matched them a little more. Okay, last exercise in this first little section. So if you're making this into a 20-minute workout, we are just about done with your first 20 minutes. This is going to be a side plank with an oblique knee crunch. I'll show you the weightless version first. So I'm going to come up in a side plank. I have my top foot forward, hips high. I have my hand lifted overhead. It can be up here. That I'm going to have it up here when I'm holding the weight. So that's up to you. When I'm not holding the weight, I'm going to have it extended over my head. I'm going to lift this top knee, and I'm going to bring the elbow to be the knee, like this, and then return to the starting position. It's a very challenging exercise, so do your best. If you need to come down to your elbow at any point, you can do the same thing from your elbow. If you need to come down even further, you can do the same thing with your knee on the mat, either up on your hand or down on your elbow, okay? So with or without weight, on the hand or the elbow, both legs up or one knee down for support, do whatever works for you, okay? Alternating sides with each interval. So, timer's going. This is our 10-second rest interval. And now here we go. Switch sides. The 10-second rest interval is going to go by fast for this exercise because it takes a few seconds to switch sides and get yourself adjusted on the other side. It's already a challenging exercise, and having to rush during your rest interval to get ready to do the exercise on the other side only makes it more challenging, but it also makes it go by faster. So just do your best. I know it's hard. Okay, quickly. Switch to the other side. Struggling with my balance on this side. Just do your best. So we've done 2 intervals on each side for a total of 4. That means we're already halfway done. Let's keep pushing. Just 2 minutes left. I know it's hard. We're almost done. Just once more on each side. Okay, this is it. Last interval. Keep fighting. I know it's hard keeping those hips up. I know it's hard maintaining your balance. That is a really tough exercise. I'll give you that. And that was a tough 20 minutes. So if that was your workout today, great job. Do your bonus burpee, stretch, shower, get on with your day. If you are continuing on with me, we're going to start our next section now. If you want to take a small rest break and go toe off, let your breathing come down a little bit, get something to drink, go ahead and do that. When you're ready, come back. I'm going to go ahead and get started on my next 5 exercises right away. So the first exercise is going to be a good morning plus a prisoner squat. So remember, shoulders stay back and down, chest lifted high, strong, tight, engaged core. You want to keep the weight in your heels and you want to keep your back flat. So to do that, make sure your shoulders are back and down and your chest is lifted high. Push your booty back, like you're trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. And that's going to keep the weight in your heels, and it's going to help you keep your back flat, okay? I'm going to clasp my fingers together behind my neck like this. So for the good morning, applying all those principles that I just mentioned, you're going to hinge at the hips, so push that booty back, flat back, hinge at the hips. Keep your knees soft, do not lock your knees out, okay? Keep your knees soft and actually bend them as much as you need to in order to keep your back flat, okay? So hinging at the hips, and now reverse the movement. Press those heels into the ground and stand. And now a squat, so push that booty back, weight stays in the heels, chest lifted high, flat back. And now from this position, sink down into your squat, press into the heels and stand, okay? When you're ready, we're gonna do that for 4 minutes. It's gonna be fun. So 10-second rest interval. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So good morning and squat. Good morning, squat. Rest. We're halfway there. We've been doing this for 2 minutes. We have just under 2 minutes left. So 4 more intervals, including this one. If you're a beginner, remember that you can shorten up your range of motion for both the good morning and the squat. Instead of having your hands clasped behind your head, you can have them on a chair or the wall next to you for support if needed. You can have a chair behind you to assist with the squat so that you're essentially just sitting in the chair. And if you need to see anything like that, please let me know, because this exercise may seem like a bit much if you're a beginner, but you can always modify it. Okay, this is our final interval. So make whatever modifications you need to make. And if you don't know how, then please reach out and ask me. And we will find a modification that you can do, okay? And that might include a longer rest interval and a shorter work interval. But we'll find something that works for you. Next is static lunges, incredibly basic. Step 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. Okay, now you're gonna bend both knees and sink down into a lunge. Working to your own level, so if you need to hold on to a wall or a chair for support, you do that. Bending both knees. So if your range of motion allows you to tap that back knee to the ground, great, do that. Just make sure you're controlling the movement so you're not banging your knee into the ground. If you don't have that range of motion, then just go to where you're comfortable. Then you're just going to reverse the movement, straightening both legs, okay? So lunge and stand. Bend the knees, straighten the knees. Alternating legs with each interval. Timer's going. If you need a longer rest break, you can pause the video. But I did tell you that I wanted to keep the time in between exercises as short as I can so that my workout feels like a 1 hour long workout as opposed to 15-minute or 15 4-minute workouts. So now switch the legs and lunge. Shake it out. Got 5 seconds. Now we're back to the other leg. Here we go. Shake it out. Switch the legs. There we go. We've done 2 intervals on each leg. We're halfway done. Trying to make sure that that front knee is at more or less a 90-degree angle when you're down in your lunge. Trying to not let that knee be out over the toes of that foot. All right, we are just about done with these. I know it's hard, just keep pushing. We just have 1 more interval on each leg. Okay, this is our slap section, S-L-A-P. Squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups. That was our S and our L. Squats and lunges are done, so next is abs. So any ab exercise you want to do is fine, okay? Here's what I'm doing. I'm again having my hands clasped behind my head. I'm going to do a knee crunch. So lift the feet off the ground and crunch the knees in. And I'm going to, you can do it from here. This is a little bit easier version. I'm actually going to have my shoulder blades lifted off the mat the whole time. Okay, so whichever you prefer, you can always start with your shoulder blades up, and then if it gets too difficult, you can do this version. So crunch the knees in, then straighten the legs, and then lower the legs back down straight, okay? So you can stay on the mat like this, or you can lift your shoulder blades up off the mat. Crunch, straighten, lower. Crunch, straight legs, lower down, okay? If you need to rest longer, you can pause the video. I'm starting my timer. So this is our 10-second rest interval to get ready. When you're ready, here's our timer. Crunch, straighten the legs, lower down. So again, if you want to start doing it the way I'm doing it, and then it gets too taxing, it is actually a lot easier to do this exercise with your shoulder blades on the mat. And again, any ab exercise is fine. So if this exercise is too challenging in general, you can do regular sit-ups or crunches. You can do literally any ab exercise you want to do, okay? Just do whatever works for you. These also, for me, they start out not too bad, and then by the end of the 4 minutes, I'm gonna be crying, real tears. So just do your best. If your abs aren't burning yet, they will be. Interval number 4, so we're only halfway done and my abs are already like checking out. So do your best. I believe we have 4 more intervals left to go, including this one. So do your best to work through the entire interval. I just can't make it through the whole work interval right now, so I keep having to start my rest break a little bit early. Obviously, you gotta do what you gotta do, but the goal, of course, is to only rest during the rest intervals and to spend every second of that work interval working. But my abs are just not strong enough to do that. So I'm doing I'm more on 15-second rest intervals and 15-second work intervals at this point, I think. I think we only have 3 to go, including this one. Hopefully I counted wrong and it's only 2 more. I'm gonna try it with my shoulder blades on the mat this time and see if I can manage to work through the entire interval if I do it this way. But my abs are so shot that I don't even know if I'll be able to do this. But I'd rather work for the whole 20 seconds doing, that was our last interval, thank God. I'd rather work for the whole 20 seconds doing a less challenging version than to be knocking off a full 5 seconds off my work interval. That's your call to make. So make the decision that's best for you. Next is push-ups. So again, any push-up variation you want to do is fine. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, but knee push-ups are fine. Any push-up variation you want to do is fine. There's a million different push-up variations. I'm going to be doing a push-up And then I'm going to be lifting my hips into a pike position and tapping the toe, taking one hand and tapping the toe on the opposite side, like this. So I'm going to do a push-up, and I'm going to lift the hips as I bring one hand across my body to tap the toe on that side, then return to my plank position, do another push-up, and then touch the toe on the other side, okay? Any push-up variation you want to do is fine. 4 minutes of push-ups, so it's going to be tough. Do your best. Here we go. Timer's going. 10-second rest interval to get ready. Here we go. Rest for 10. Down, 6 to go. Starting to slow down, but that's the point. Just do as many reps as you can with each interval, but it's a burnout. So as you fatigue, you'll probably slow down and not be able to do as many reps with each interval, but that's fine. Just do as many as you can. So again, if whatever push-up variation you started with is getting too difficult for you now, I'm pleasantly surprised to hear that long series of beeps. I thought I had like 2 intervals left. I miscounted. I had started to say, that if whatever push-up variation you started with is becoming too difficult, that you could always switch to an easier push-up variation. So final exercise of this little stop portion, we did our squats, our lunges, and our abs and our push-ups. That's our SLAP. So now I'm just adding on some jump rope, 4 minutes of jump rope. So if you don't have a jump rope, just substitute with any type of cardio exercise you want to do. Literally anything. So, high knees, jumping jacks, toe taps, mountain climbers, side jump lunges, dynamic squats. Okay, anything you want to do, any type of cardio exercise will work here. So, if you don't have a jump rope, it's a really easy fix. If you do have a jump rope, you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. I always just do this type of thing where I'm like just jogging in place while I jump rope, but if you are more comfortable jumping with your feet together, then you can jump with your feet together. You can also just, well, first of all, if you do have a jump rope, so yeah, you can jump with your feet together. If you're good at jump rope, you can do a more challenging jump rope variation. High knees, jump rope jacks, twist jumps, side to side jumps. If you're a real badass, you can do double unders. This is plenty challenging for me, so I stick with my little jogging in place routine. But that's another thing if you don't have a jump rope, is that you can kind of do what I'm doing, which is more or less just jogging in place. And pretend that you're spinning a jump rope and jumping over it, okay? They sell those little, they're like little handles. And it's supposed to be a jump rope without the rope, so you can get one of those if you want. But I think you can really just do the same thing without holding on to anything, so just kind of pretend you're jumping rope without actually holding onto a rope. This is our final interval, so the timer is going to do that long series of beeps so that we know my 4 minutes is up. As soon as the timer starts beeping right now, that means time is up, so you can stop. I'm just going to continue for an extra 15 seconds or so. Well, I'm going to try to. I just like to keep going until the beeping stops. You don't have to do that. It's just something weird about me. There's a lot of weird things about me. That's one of them. All right, so that is the end of our second set of 5 exercises, our second little 20-minute workout in my mind. So the first 20 minutes was our 5 exercise focusing on our obliques, although if you were doing it with weights, you definitely should have also been feeling that in your arms and shoulders. The second 5 exercises, that was our slap plus jump rope, squats, lunges, abs, push-ups plus jump rope. So, if you were only doing that middle section today, thank you very much, you're done. Do your bonus burpee, stretch, have your shower, go eat some lunch, get on with the rest of your day. Or if you just did the first 40 minutes, you're done. If you would like to continue on with me, we have one more 20-minute section to go. 5 more exercises. It is going to be tough. I'm again using my lighter set of weights. These are 5 pounds a piece. Water bottles or cans of soup will also work. We are going to be hitting our arms and our shoulders, okay? Triceps. So if you want to have those nice shapely arms instead of like a bunch of flabby stuff down here, don't skip this section, okay? It's gonna be tough, but you can do it. It's only 5 exercises, only 4 minutes at a time, and only 20 seconds at a time, okay? So just try it with me, all right? If you need to take a break, go towel off, let your heart rate come down a little bit, have something to drink, hydrate, so that you feel like you have enough gas in the tank to tackle this last 20 minutes, then pause the video and go take a break. I'm going to get right into it. So, starting with tricep kickbacks. So again, I'm doing this bent over position. So again, shoulders back and down, chest lifted high. Make sure your core is nice and strong and tight and engaged. Flat back, push that booty back. Like you're trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. Keep those knees soft. Do not lock your knees out. Keep a slight bend in your knees. Hinging at the hips, okay? So you're going to be in this position. And then from here, you're going to take your light dumbbells or your water bottles or your cans of soup or some other type of household item. You're going to keep your elbows glued to your sides. Just kind of hinging at the elbows here, okay? So you're going to straighten your arms behind you, and then you're going to return to the starting position with your weights. Tricep kickbacks, okay? When you are ready, so again, if you need to rest for a longer period of time, you can pause the video, come back when you're ready. I'm going to start my timer right now. This is 10 seconds of rest. Picking up the weights, check in with your body, shoulders back and down, chest lifted high. Strong, tight, engaged core, flat back, soft knees. Push the booty back, keeping the weight in your heels. Hinging at the hips. And working those triceps. Rest. Even with light weights, this is going to be a really tough 4 minutes, so do your best. We're 1 minute in. We have 4 to go. I know it's tough. Do your best. One thing that might help is doing these one arm at a time. So if you've started doing them with me, doing 2 arms at the same time, we're almost at the halfway point. So you can drop one weight and just do 1 arm at a time. Okay, switching arms with each interval if you need to. 2 more intervals left. So if you need to switch to one arm and then the other arm, do that. I know these are so tough. We're almost done. This is our last interval. Okay, shake it off. We're really, you guys, this whole section is arms and shoulders and chest. Okay, so all upper body, we're gonna be hitting our triceps again, but first, we're gonna do goalposts. It's a goalpost plus an overhead press. So, 90 degrees in my elbows, so that it's like a goalpost, get it? And if you're familiar with that like chest press exercise at the gym, it's gonna be like that, okay? So I'm gonna be holding onto my weights. We're gonna press the weights together in the center, return to the starting position, and then lift the weights up overhead, okay? I'm wanting to keep these rest breaks in between exercises as short as I can, but after 45 minutes, that's difficult. So I'm taking just a few extra seconds to rest here, another minute or two to rest. I need to pace myself because this last 20-minute section is gonna be just really brutal on the arms and shoulders. So, just taking a little bit longer rest break. My triceps are killing me after that first exercise. If you need a longer rest break, pause the video. I've already started my timer. So here we go. Rest. So squeeze and press. Really relishing these 10-second rest breaks, milking them for all they're worth. Halfway done. We've done 2 minutes of this exercise. We have to do just 2 more. So it's just 4 more intervals, including this one, okay? So I know it's hard. You see how I emphasized the importance of choosing light weights. Some of these exercises you really could do with heavier weights, but not for 4 minutes at a time, and not so many in a row, like so many, like we're basically doing 20 minutes with dumbbells. So, and we did that in part 1 as well, that first 20 minutes, the first 5 exercises, that first 20-minute workout, with the first 20-minute section of this long workout. So it's just, I think, I mean, if you're super strong, I don't know, you do what you're gonna do, but I definitely think that this workout would not be a good idea doing it the way I'm doing it with heavier weights. And I think if you listened to me and chose weights that feel light to you, you'll see that it is still plenty challenging, very taxing. You'll definitely be feeling this tomorrow. Oh, that was our last one. All right. I thought we had more. See, I can't even count anymore. All right, what's next? Okay, hitting the triceps again with the next 2 exercises, okay? So triceps are something we maybe don't work as often as we should, meaning my workouts. If you follow my workouts, we probably could work them a little more. So you're getting a workout today. Next, we're doing tricep overhead press. So if you want, you can hold one weight like this. A can of soup or a water bottle or a dumbbell or a medicine ball or a medicine ball or a kettlebell. Okay, you can hold one weight and do the exercise with one weight. But basically, we are going to be starting with the weight behind our head like this. And then again, from your shoulders to your elbows should stay still. You're just hinging at the elbow. So just lifting the weight up overhead. So not bringing your arms forward. We're not doing that. Your elbows are gonna stay glued where they are. And you're just going to lift the weight up overhead and then lower it back down, okay? I am going to be doing that, but I'm going to be holding my 2 5-pound dumbbells together like this. So I'm going to be using a total of 10 pounds of weight to do this exercise. So if you want, you can start holding 2 weights, and then if you get too fatigued to continue that way, you can drop one of the weights and hold just one, okay? It's gonna be fun. 4 minutes of that. So my timer's going. If you need a longer rest break, pause the video. If you're ready, here we go. So for the next interval, I'll show you from the side. Two down, 6 to go. Those 10-second rest breaks are starting to feel like 2 seconds. And these 5-pound weights are starting to feel like 50-pound weights. All right, we're 2 minutes in, just 2 minutes to go. Shake it off. Remember that if you started with 2 weights, you can drop down to 1. Also remember that although the goal is to not rest during the work interval, that if you absolutely have to, then you have to. I was certainly doing it on our ab exercise. I just could not get through 20 seconds. I just couldn't do it. So do your best. The 10 seconds is there to rest. And the idea is to work. 1 interval left. We made it, okay? This is our last interval. So the goal is to work through the entire work interval. But obviously, if you just can't do it, then you need to take a little extra rest. You need to shorten up your work interval and elongate your rest interval. Do what you gotta do. And obviously, you're gonna slow down. I slowed way down. I think I completed a total of like 3 or 4 reps that last interval, but it's okay. It's like I said, it's a burnout. Okay, 1 more time, hitting the triceps, okay? We're doing peewees. We've done these recently. So my friend Sarah, I think she named, well, anyway, she calls these peewees. I think she named them that. So that's what I call them because that's what she calls them. I also stole the slap concept from her. Sarah's amazing. So that was her idea. So the thing is, if you're ever stuck for ideas what to do for a workout and you can't think of anything, just do a slap workout. Squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups. Any variation of those, there's your workout. So I stole the little concept of slap from her, and I stole peewees from her. So just gonna be squeezing the weights together behind my back like this. So if you don't have weights, but you do have a resistance band, you can wrap a resistance band around your forearms or your wrists or your elbows and do that, okay? Again, this will work with water bottles or cans of soup. If your arms are just dead and you need to drop the weights, this is fine. You can do it without the weight. Just squeeze your wrists together or clap your hands together behind your back, okay, and work those triceps. At this point in the workout, you'll still feel it, okay? So when you're ready, I'm starting my timer. I'll show you the first interval from behind so you can see what I'm doing with the weights. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So squeezing the weights together. I want them to touch, but I don't want to slam them together, okay? I want to control the movement so that I'm not just swinging my arms around, but I'm really engaging the muscles in my back and my triceps and squeezing. I want to feel like I'm more like squeezing the weights together behind me as opposed to just swinging my arms. Does that make sense? And 3, 2, 1, here we go. We just did these recently as well. I think that did them like last week probably. All right, 1 minute down, 3 to go. We're getting there. You guys, this is our second to last exercise of like the whole day. All right, you're gonna hate me when you see the final exercise, because it is brutal. It's brutal to do 1 minute of it. We're doing 4 minutes of it. Okay, almost halfway there. This is our fourth interval. So after this interval, we will have completed 2 minutes of Pee-wees and we have 2 minutes left to go. All right, keep pushing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. We're halfway there. 4 more intervals to go. Do your best. If you need to drop the weights and just squeeze your hands together behind you, do that. If you need to start shortening up the work interval, you can take an extra 5 seconds to rest, cut into your work interval by 15 seconds, and then essentially just be doing 15 seconds rest, 15 seconds work. You can sit out an entire work interval if you need to, okay? I know at this point, it's just getting incredibly taxing. We've been going for a long time, so give yourself a little more leeway at this point of the workout, okay? Do your best. Make sure that core is nice and strong and tight and engaged. Try not to be holding tension in your shoulders. Try to make sure the shoulders are back and down. And just focus on controlling this movement, squeezing those weights together, squeezing those back muscles. We're almost done. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. You have just 1 more work interval to go, okay? Just 20 seconds left. Let's push. Amazing job. All right. We have made it to the final exercise. It's so hard, okay? I can already guarantee you that I'm going to be struggling a lot during this final 4 minutes, and I might have to drop my weights. I might have to shorten up my work intervals. I'm just gonna do my best. That's all you can do. It's just 4 minutes left. We're doing arm circles. I'm sorry. So this is also a very challenging and very effective exercise without holding on to any weight. So if you want to drop your weights, that's totally fine. It's still going to be really tough. But we're going to extend our arms out to the side and we're going to make small circles. Like you're making a circle just around your shoulder socket, okay? So not big circles like this, but small, concentrated little circles, okay? So with each work interval, I'm going to be switching directions. So first, I'm going to start drawing my circles to the back, then 10 seconds rest. With my next 20-second work interval, I'm going to draw my circles going forward, okay? And then rest, and then just alternate directions with each work interval. If you're ready to go ahead and start. I need about another 4 hours of rest. This is going to be very tough, but this is the final exercise, so let's push through. If you need more time to rest, try to keep the rest break short, okay? But if you really, really just need more time, pause the video. I am going to start my timer. I'm dreading this, but it's only 4 minutes. It's only 4 minutes. Do your best, okay? Let's go ahead and get started. sooner I start, the sooner it will all be over with. Okay, so drawing circles to the back. Rest. Oh. So now with the next work interval, we're gonna switch directions. I know you guys want to kill me right now. I'm not too happy with myself either, believe me. I'm doing it with you, so I know it's hard. I'm struggling right along with you, okay? This is going to be like the ab exercises. I'm just not going to be able to do a full 20 seconds of work. If this was the first exercise of the day, sure. But at this point in the workout, it's just too much. So I think what I'm going to do is for the next 2 intervals, so 1 to the back and 1 to the front, I'm going to drop the weight so that I can at least continue working for the entire work interval. And then for the final 2 intervals, I will attempt to pick up my weights and do the final 2 work intervals with weights. So if you're stronger than I am, and you don't need to drop the weights, then you can do all 8 intervals with weights, but at this point in the workout, it is just too taxing. I can't do it. So I could keep shortening up my work interval, and I probably will do shorter work intervals for the final 2 intervals because I'm not going to be able to still do 20 seconds of these. And I'm just going to do my best. So I'm kind of splitting the difference between doing an easier version of the exercise but being able to continue for 20 seconds and challenging myself with a more difficult version but maybe not being able to do it for quite as long. So you make the decision that works best for you. Either way at this point I think is a challenge, so this is our final interval. So I'm gonna push through and just do this for as long as I can with the weights. I know it's not gonna be 20 seconds. I'm just about at my limit right now. Trying to get in just a few more reps before my timer beeps. So even though that was 1 hour of exercises, if you look at it, 15 minutes or 15 exercises, 4 minutes a piece, that's 1 hour. But obviously it takes time in between the exercises. So far this has taken me 1 hour and 13 minutes. We are almost done. 23 minutes, 1 hour and 23 minutes. We have just 1 rep left to go. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. But when I do a jump rope workout, in addition to my bonus burpee, I also like to do a bonus set of 100 skips, meaning 100 revolutions of the jump rope. And even though I only did one tiny little 4-minute jump rope section in this workout, I did use my jump rope. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little jump rope bonus. Just 100 quick reps, 100 revolutions of the rope. So I am just counting to 100. Any style you want to do is fine, and it is totally optional, but if you would like to join me for this little bonus, just going to count 100 revolutions of the rope. Here we go. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and that is 100. So that's our quick little jump rope bonus. And now we have just one rep left to go. My arms are jelly. My legs are jelly. My abs are shot. But I'm gonna dig deep and I'm gonna find the strength to do one bonus burpee. All right, so let's do our bonus burpee together right now, and then the workout will be officially complete. So with that, the workout is now officially complete. Thank you so much. If you did this workout with me, please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to all the new subscribers. And of course, to those of you who have been subscribed for years, if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. Thank you to everyone who's been working out with me lately. Thank you for watching and sharing the videos. Thank you for all the likes and for all of your supportive and engaging comments. And a special thank you to everyone who has been commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is, what is a ute? So if you are still watching this video, thank you. Hello, please let me know someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, what is a ute? That's it for today, and I will see you all next time. Bye.